Welcome to the Weird and the Weary. I'm Jason. With me, as always, I got Kevin.
Hello.
I got Lee Noble.
I am here today.
And we're here today. We're here today to talk to you about, well, crazy things people do with airplanes. Sometimes a bet, sometimes a breakdown, sometimes even worse. Sometimes people do really terrible things with their airplanes.
OPP.
Now, I'm sure you've all flown somewhere at some point. Put your trust in that person, that voice, that calm voice. Hello, people. I'm here to fly you somewhere a couple miles high. You gotta trust me, and that is all.
I trust you.
And we're going to be the ones to give you snacks and tell you where to go if shit goes wrong. And also cut you off if you have too much alcohol. Bing.
Right, and now that we have the air marshals, it's even easier, to just cut somebody off because you can tase the shit out of them, lock them up, throw them in a storage unit. It'll disrupt the peanut flow, but hey, at least that asshole's down. Psh, done.
Just look for people that kind of look like Tommy Lee Jones. You'd be good.
Oh, okay.
Tommy Lee Jones, and then who else was that? Was that was it Pinchot? Wasn't Pinchot in one of those or no?
Bronson Pinchot?
Yeah.
No, he was in the Tommy Knockers. He was in, I think that was, I don't know if he was in one of those movies, but.
Oh, you just did the 6 degrees thing. Shit. Wow.
But yeah, sometimes, people will do some crazy stuff for a drink. And one in particular, his name is Thomas Fitzgerald. To his friends, they called him Tommy Fitz or Fitz, because it's pretty hard for a barfly to say Fitzgerald most of the time. And Tommy Fitz, he had moved from his neighborhood, his neighborhood he grew up in his whole life in Washington Heights. He moved over to New Jersey. And he wanted to go see his buddies one night, so he called them up, and they were at the local drink that down in Washington Heights and drinking place. And he says, "Hey, I want to come visit you guys, and the bar is going to close soon." It was about 1 in the morning, I think. It was early, it was early in the morning, and bar's going to close. And they're like, "Well, if you can get here, soon, we'll buy you a beer." He's like, "You know what? I'll get there in 15 minutes."
Ooh.
Oh, Fitz, you're crazy. Logistically, that's impossible.
Well, where was he again?
He was in New Jersey. I can't remember exactly where in New Jersey.
He was in Jersey, and they were in the city.
They were in Washington Heights. Now,
oh, shit.
You grew up in the city, so, that's...
That wasn't far from me. I was in Hamilton Heights.
Okay, so it's logistically impossible by any ground vehicle, even a train.
Unless you were, doing some 007 shit.
Right, so, yeah, if you took over the train and just... went full speed, it would still take about 25 minutes.
Let me see. So he's coming from Jersey. So he's taking the path. Was that transit?
Right, and then the other train is coming
so he's surfing that
from
shit.
Penn Station.
Oh, jeez. Getting into a math problem here.
If they both leave at 12 o'clock, which one's going to fuck up first?
You know what? That didn't matter to Tommy Fitz because he wanted that beer. He wanted that beer. He wanted to see his friends. He had an idea. There's an airfield nearby. Broke in, took a little single prop plane, little Cessna. Now, this is 1956. So,
what?
Yeah, this is in 1956. Okay, So it's about 1 in the morning, 1956. He steals this plane, takes off, and as he's flying, he decides he's going to land in the George Washington school field and make his way to the bar and get his beer. Well, it didn't really go to plan with Tommy Fitz because... you had to do some maneuvering. Again, if you've been on the streets of New York and Manhattan, they're not really suited for an airplane at low altitude. There's a lot of problems with that. Well, Tommy Fitz, he did a lot of, pinning or
threading the needle.
Threading the needle. Thank you. He did a lot of threading the needle. Landed in front of the bar.
Wait, he landed the plane right on the street in front of the bar?
Right in the street, in front of the bar.
No, this wasn't in GTA because this was in 1954, 1956.
This is 1956.
Wow.
And, he landed it on the streets of Manhattan. This is early in the morning, but still, there's many obstacles. And, yes, he threaded that needle, landed it, walked in the bar, got his drink, hero's welcome. But, of course... that stirred a lot of attention.
Well, I would think so.
That's
I was
gonna-
going to be like, what, did he get a slap on the wrist?
Well, not necessarily. He had his drink, and of course, the cops were called because a plane is going to land on the street.
Right.
That's going to wake a lot of people up, or just alert people driving at that time of night. Maybe some drunks were like, "Whoa, I better quit."
Yep.
That's. But the cops came and they arrested Tommy Fitz, and he was not charged though, because the owner of the plane didn't press any charges. Nobody was hurt.
Right.
And the owner of the plane was impressed that he was able to pull that landing off.
I would be too. I mean,
Sure.
Either way, it's got a pretty
Sure.
bulletproof defense. Like, that's not my plane.
Right.
Who would fly a plane over here? That's crazy.
Well, you happen to be a pilot and you're pretty drunk and you seem pretty daring.
Well, I mean, if your buddies are stingy, I could see that, because I've had some stingy friends who are just like never ever buying drinks or anything like that. Mm-hmm. And the time that they do, you're kind of like, well, I better act quick because this is the only redemption I'm going to get, and if it's too late, it's gone because they'll drink it all most of the time.
Yeah.
So they definitely bought his round, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He had the hero's welcome. He had his free drink and many others because, people went outside and saw the fucking plane on the street and, until the cops came.
Sure.
So he got the little slap on the wrist.
So this was a Cessna, single-engine Cessna?
Yeah. And, just a small plane. I mean, it would fit on the street and it would probably take up most of it. So,
He probably definitely picked up some ladies that night.
oh, sure. After he got arraigned, I'm sure, after he got let out of jail.
Yeah.
I'm sure he got a little bit of action there. It was basically a slap on the wrist. It was a $100 fine, which today is about like $800-900. I mean, it's a fair fine.
About 1,000, but they would probably charge a lot more now, I think.
Right, and he didn't destroy anything, and nobody died. Thankfully. And he was like, I did it for a lousy drink. So you'd think, that's it. I mean, that's cool. Go live your life. But no. 2 years later, Tommy gets a similar bet.
Ooh.
Oh, boy. Tommy, no, Tommy. Please don't. Don't, Tommy.
Yeah. He got intoxicated, and he stole another plane from the same airfield, landed on Amsterdam on 187th, in front of the Yeshiva University building, where a bar patron watched it happen. I'm sure he got his drinks again. The judge that sentenced him was named John Mullen. He put him in 6 months in prison, stating that if he hadn't been properly jolted then, it's possible this would not have occurred a second time. And, it was the drink that made him do this crazy stunt.
Now I have to ask, was Judge Mullen wrong? And did he do it another time?
No, he did not. Tommy Fitz learned his lesson after 6 months in prison. But he does go on to, he goes and joins the Marine Corps, goes into the Korean War, is decorated with a Purple Heart, and, goes home, gets married. He's a steam fitter for most of his life, mm-hmm. and he died in 2009. So he lived a full life.
79.
He had 2 crazy stunts, all for a couple drinks. Hey, that's some impressive stuff. I've done almost worse for a drink.
Ooh.
I've drove in a like public bus to go get more beer.
You drove a bus?
Yeah, that's why I was gone for a while.
Oh, cool.
No,
cool.
No, I
was about to say, that's impressive, Keanu. Tell us more.
That's what I was just thinking.
No, it took some public transpo for some beers.
Oh, okay.
Which meant you had to wait, another 40 minutes in the area that I was in, for another bus to come back. Mm-hmm. So that was amazing.
Was it worth it?
No.
Cool.
I was hoping it was going to be a yes. I'm sorry.
Definitely not.
Didn't need 6 months of jail time to figure that one out.
What bus rides have really wound up being good at the end?
I haven't had one yet.
I'm trying to think, like, when you're really excited. Well, actually, I do have one. I'm sorry. I can't share that one.
I tried menthol
secrets.
40 once on a bus, actually. That was pretty cool. So, yeah, Tommy Fitz, man. He flew like a madman for some beer.
That motherfucker crazy. I wonder what he would have done for some weed or pussy.
Probably the same thing, you know.
Probably just not gotten caught for those.
No, he probably would have been a drug runner in the 70s, you know.
That would be so cool.
You need 2 pounds of coke? 15 minutes. Bah, 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 you know, like whatever, some 70s rock shit. You know.
What was that movie with Johnny Depp?
Oh,
Blow?
Blow.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, that was the one when he was like...
Like the first one, he comes in and his boat like sinks right as he gets to the dock. I assume that's the delivery you're talking about.
What other pirate can bring this cocaine from this area to that area in 6 months? Me.
Like, why doesn't he dress up as George Young all the time instead of the pirate? You know, he'd be way cooler. I'm George Young. I have cocaine. So, I mean, that's not the only thing people do with airplanes, is it?
No, I hear there's a Mile High Club as well.
Ooh, never tried that. Those bathrooms are small. I'm pretty large. I mean, someone's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get hurt real bad.
I just had a thought.
Foot in the toilet.
I wonder if there's some sort of club where pilots have to eat a lot of, like, Mexican, eat something that's going to induce a lot of shit, and they know they're going to have to fly. Do they put that shit on autopilot to go take a shit?
Where? Like, what if
in
you're
the plane while you're in the air.
In a bucket?
That's why they have co-pilots, obviously.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Like
But
an
what if you
airplane, like
both
the
have to
blow
go
up?
at the same time?
Isn't that why they're
The
supposed
blow up door.
Isn't that why they're supposed to eat like 2 different meals in case one of them is food poisoning?
No, you know, I don't know if that's true, Kev, but I think that is, that's what brought Airplane
Yes.
in the comedy movie. That's what brought them almost to crash. They all ate the chicken.
At least they had the inflatable autopilot.
Even Kareem ate the chicken. Even Kareem.
I thought it was the fish that was bad.
No, because remember
It was the chicken.
the eggs were coming out of the one guy's mouth. That little chick comes out of his mouth. I speak jive.
Ain't no thing.
Tell me, Johnny, have you ever seen a grown man naked?
The Mile High Club.
The worst time to stop
Mile.
sniffing glue.
Well, you got the Mile High Club and the DL Club. DL Club's when they're taking dookies.
Oh,
That's what the DL.
So somebody who
what's the L
sounds like
stand for?
ooh,
Dookie Low.
Oh,
We got a Duke Low.
happens to my dogs sometimes. Big Duke Low.
Yeah, they got like drag it sometimes. Pull it, have the grass help
does he
get it out.
dookie hang low?
Dookie Hang Low. Yo, how you doing? My name's Dookie Hang Low.
So, you know, speaking of sniffing glue and somebody could have used an autopilot.
Oh.
There's a guy in Seattle, right, that stole a plane and because he had broken up with his girlfriend. Am I correct on that?
No, he was actually married.
He's married.
Yeah, he was married, and there wasn't any real indication of anything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there was nothing that really indicated like he. Well, this dude, he was born out in Florida.
Oh, that's reason enough. Florida man.
Yeah, Florida man.
Florida man, worst superhero ever. But no, he was 29 at the time, and he was born in Key West, Florida, and then he moved to Alaska when he was 7. So growing up, you know, he never spoke about planes or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was just, you know, he was remembered as a jokester. According to, there was this article, I believe that was the New York Times, but, you know, we'll get to that in a minute. But he was a grounds crew guy, worked for Horizon, and one day, this dude decided to go take a plane out, although he had no professional experience, no training whatsoever in flying a plane. All of his experience came from self-proclaimed video games, and the sad part is that you're only going to get that information from the recording that was left behind. It was like the last thing you ever heard from this dude while he was up here flying this plane and doing funky maneuvers.
Right.
Now, what was his occupation?
He was a grounds crew guy.
I mean, that's all I can think of is a Delta Force Chuck Norris. That's what they did. They were grounds crew. They were putting grenades in the waste bins.
I honestly thought of that too. I'm like, what if this guy was just a patsy? Like he wasn't even flying the plane.
Florida man
and
was.
It was no, seriously, it's just like weird shit like that. Because I think of like movie shit. Like automatically, I think of something that makes something fantastical up about it. But I was like, what if this guy was just a distraction? Wasn't actually flying the plane, and it's actually to help some other people, and he had to die in order for that operation to go through. It's like, oh, well, they think this guy just stole a plane. How the fuck is this guy just going to fly a plane?
Ooh.
Regardless of video game stuff, all that. You know what I mean? I mean, come on.
When I hold down long enough, I take off in Grand Theft Auto.
Well, this dude, he needed to be held down with some medication.
I also drove a plane
kind of sad.
in the city once just to try it.
Okay. Just for a second, just see how it feels.
Yeah, the wings came off and I blew up and died. But I think if I keep practicing, I could probably fly it around the city, hang out with everyone else in that land.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably definitely land it in front of a bar and get some drinks.
I hope so.
Drinks and hand jobs.
But even to go, with they say 9/11, they trained on the flight simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2000, I believe. I played that, and where I went to high school, they have a tiny little airport. Mm-hmm. I took a Concorde and launched it about once after 7 tries.
Nice.
So
yeah, but how many times did this guy fly something no one noticed, and he got to practice in?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you played a lot of GTA Online, then maybe. I don't know, but
shit.
So one day he just gets up, takes off his orange vest, and he decides to just take a plane.
Yep, apparently.
So just every day he's probably like, I bet I could do that shit.
He had to work the courage up.
I mean, I guess there's probably YouTube videos how to fly a plane.
I would assume.
Man, that shit's getting taken down quick.
I mean, there's YouTube videos on how to make slime out of Elmer's glue.
Yeah, slime and airplanes, totally different
just as
laboratories,
easy.
Different departments.
You could just ask Jeeves, I think. He could probably let you know.
Right, yeah, nobody even asked Jeeves shit. Jeeves would be glad to answer
How fucking old are you? Where'd you get this old man from?
Gentleman never tells.
I saw your ad on Alta Vista.
He was not planning on landing it. Right there. That's the first part of this broadcastify feed. And he says he has no plan on landing it. So that's a double-sided thing. Either he knew ahead of time, he had a premeditated thing. He's like, look, I'll take it up. If whether or not I land it, that's another story. I want to make sure I don't hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes you wonder, how long has this dude been planning this?
Probably a while. Prepping your own demise quick and painless is methodical sometimes. Sometimes you think about it too much, and you don't do it at all. But you have an airplane at your disposal. I mean, will they keep the keys under the
yeah, they just
sun
keep it under
visor?
the front wheel. It's fine.
Oh, front wheel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I've seen some movies.
Yeah.
So I would think it was the sun visor because airplanes should have those.
Yeah, but that's what do you hit? Do you like walk by and just like, boom, and it comes?
Yeah. I think
What
so.
kind
I'm
of
pretty
plane
sure that's
did
how
he
it
take?
works.
Huh?
What kind of plane did he take?
It was a 76 seat passenger,
Oh, that's
76
pretty big.
seater plane, passenger plane.
Oh, wow. So it was probably a fast little plane, too, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just flew on a smaller plane than that this last weekend.
Ooh, that's fun.
I got to step my game up.
Well, if you ever get into that point,
Yeah.
give me a call.
Okay.
We'll talk first. We'll talk
Okay.
about it first.
All right, cool.
No, I'm sorry. His name was Sean...
Richard Russell.
Richard Russell.
Mm-hmm. That was the poor soul's dude. No, the poor soul's name was
Double I.
Richard Russell.
So he probably might have done this because he has 2 first names?
That's probably it.
Usually that's close to why people do things. Man, mommy named you the wrong name.
It's got RR initials, but everyone's just looking for Rolls Royce.
Arr. What's up, pirate? I'm Richard.
He's the Sky Pirate.
Oh, shit, he was the Sky Pirate.
Right.
So he has no intentions of landing. He's taking this plane. Mm-hmm. Now, he called 911?
No, there was no 911. Basically, him stealing the plane was the 911 call. What it was the air traffic control because, he wasn't given any instruction when to leave, this and that. So these air traffic control people are like, okay, who's this unscheduled plane, this bogey up here? So we got to do something with that. So they got in touch with them. And I believe he also got in touch with them to like figure out, okay, what the hell to do as well. But I think that, again, with the whole premeditated thing, he was letting them know what was going on so that they could help him avoid any catastrophe, any issues. Because, I mean, this dude, it's a possibility he had an undiagnosed illness.
Most likely.
Or he was, they had to have been. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of.
So as we step further,
being like an actual mental thing, physical injury, mental injury or something. But
I don't know. I mean, okay, that sounds plausible. But as we step further into this, it seems like he kind of is enjoying himself. And I mean, if you're going to go out, I guess you want to kind of have some fun. Cause
definitely, yeah.
Well, that's funny.
Did he do a corkscrew?
Well, here it's funny. Well, here
he
did a barrel roll. I believe he did a barrel roll and a loop-de-loop. I forgot what they call that maneuver. In the X-Wing, it's a certain maneuver.
Oh, Kyogron? Yeah, but I think that's for Star Wars.
But, it's probably totally made up. But check out, that's funny he even said that.
Alrighty, I just kind of want to do a couple maneuvers, see what it can do before I put her down,
Want to see what maneuvers he can do before he takes her down.
Yeah,
okay.
It's just like in a video game. As soon as you get in like a new vehicle or something, you're like, I gotta see what this puppy can do.
Right. He's probably seen the wanted stars in the top corner of his eye, like the game. All right, so yeah, he's on a mission. He's on a one-way trip. He's not coming back again. That's his intent. That's pretty clear.
Yep.
Now, if you do these maneuvers wrong, though, you could tear these things apart.
Oh, yeah. Wings can get separated. You can just spiral down like a bad paper airplane make.
Start doing like a red out and where, your vessels explode and stuff.
You can't see the "you died" message. There's no.
Everyone else sees
again.
it.
Right.
But, yeah, man. So, all right, so he tries a couple maneuvers. He does a corkscrew. He does a loop-de-loop.
Do we know, was he over land or water or something while he's trying out these maneuvers?
Well, there are different video shots. There are different shots of him over land and then by the water. Because that was the biggest thing, too, is that, trying to get him to land.
Right.
Because he was hesitant to land because he thought, he'd get shot down, stuff like that.
Yeah.
He was over because he flew from SeaTac, from Seattle, Tacoma, to over to Puget Sound.
Okay.
South Puget Sound is where he crashed.
Okay.
Well, so
at least it sounds like he was sort of trying to avoid people in his little wild trip.
Yeah, even though later on he was talking about the Olympics, but, he's like, can you see the Olympics from here?
Got to fly a little higher.
Got to fly a little higher there. And does he? I mean, he comes to a more rational point, as this goes on. It seems a little bit more. I mean, he has no intention of going back, but he kind of sees he can. I mean, do you get that from the conversation with the controller to him?
Well, he's back and forth a lot. And that's the thing. There's certain times he talks about how he's lightheaded and he needs help with pressurization.
Right.
So, it's just that he just needs to be able to land it safely. But again, I don't think he ever really wanted to land it.
Right.
I think he had every intention of killing himself.
Right. Yeah, I mean, as soon as he lands, he's got to deal with the repercussions of his actions.
Right. And he would have to have mental evaluations. I mean, I know that the family, they didn't, when they would ask questions about stuff, their close friends and stuff, they were like, we never anticipated this. He had never exhibited anything.
Right.
Like that he would do something like that.
Not many people do, though.
No,
Yeah.
it takes a lot, but I guess people took his behavior, his personality as just he's just a humorous guy. He's a jokester. That's what one lady had stated. She heard his name on the radio.
Yeah.
And she figured, he was just being a prankster like he usually is, and that wasn't the case.
He's doing it for the Vine. It's just a prank, bro.
But he starts saying, like,
Wish it was.
if I land, the cops are going to be there. I can't do that, you know? So, like, he's kind of, I think at some point he's, like, having that, oh, shit, I'm facing death for real.
Right, death or, like, life in prison.
Well, check this out.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Sorry, my mic came off. I threw up a little bit. Hold on. Shoot. Man, I'm sorry about this. I hope this doesn't ruin your day.
So there's that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
stuff like
he
that.
seemed like a nice guy. Nice enough guy.
He's pretty considerate for a plane thief.
Sure. I mean, as far as they go.
Granted, I haven't really met any plane thieves. But...
Right. And the ones I've seen in the movies usually just kill people until they get killed.
Yeah.
So okay. So, like I said, I jumped ahead a little, but he does get some help from a pilot, gets some assistance, and he's afraid of the cops taking him. And what else is he afraid of that's gonna get him?
Oh, well, that was when they were trying to convince him to land over by McCourt. There was a military base right there, and he could have landed there.
And what does he say?
There is the runway just off your right side in about a mile. Do you see that? That's McCord Field.
Oh, man, those guys would rough me up if I tried landing there. I think I might mess something up there, too. I wouldn't want to do that. Hopefully... Oh, they probably got anti-aircraft.
No, they don't have any of that stuff. We're just trying to find a place for you to land safely.
Yeah.
So, anti-aircraft. Oh, wow. So, yeah, I mean, he's just a jackass to the end, really, just... Oh, no way, bro.
No way,
I'm not
bro.
gonna get beat up like a bunch of cops are shot down. I'm gonna land this thing. That's a nice island over there, like...
Yeah. It's just gonna fly it somewhere over the rainbow.
Maybe to the Olympics.
Maybe to the Olympics if you can figure out where they're at.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I admire the air traffic controllers, how they have that just mild candor the whole time.
Yeah, especially when they're responding to stuff like this.
Oh, hell yeah, it's a blast, man. I played video games before, so I know what I'm doing a little bit.
Yeah, I'd be like, holy fucking shit, what the fuck is wrong with you? The fuck, you're gonna kill oh my, what? I got this. God,
Yeah,
listen, bro.
That guy definitely deserves a promotion after this whole ordeal.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I'd be shitting myself. Even if I could maintain that candor, I'd be just sweating internally. And
Yeah.
be awful.
I'd be like, this guy's pissing me off. Give me a plane. I'm going up there to chase him down.
Yeah. The danger zone, little Top Gun action.
Yeah.
That sounded like a commercial. I liked it.
And he's a MiG.
Is your car in the red zone?
It's the danger zone.
Yes.
So eventually they get a pilot on the line, well, on the radio, and they try to guide him down, and he doesn't take that, right? He kind of just...
No, he uses that opportunity to ask him like different things, like what he would do.
And he's running out of fuel really, really fast. I mean, he's he didn't pressurize, so there's one thing. So he's not getting his maximum airspeed. He's probably flying real low, real fast, so that's burning up all his fuel. Like I know anything about a plane.
Well, here
I played a few video games too.
Well, what did this dude say about the fuel situation?
100 pounds of fuel.
Rich, you said you're at 2,100 pounds of fuel left?
Yeah, I don't know what the burnout is like on takeoff, but yeah, it burned quite a bit faster than I expected.
Okay.
Burnout. Burnout.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Burnout.
Bro,
come on. I got such sick burnage up here in the sky.
it's okay, bro. I know about my fuel pounds and other things.
I played Kerbal. I know what I'm up to here.
Sorry. I know this guy tragically ended, but kind of a fucking jackass, really. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. Well, I think what it is, it was a mix between the elatement. He was so excited that he was able to fucking get a plane off the ground. He could do it. Sure. He could fucking do it.
But now do I do?
And then also like freaking out like, holy shit, what am I doing?
Yeah, what's next?
Like maybe it's like someone that right as they're about to commit suicide, they realize that they totally just committed a final action for a temporary solution. I mean, a temporary situation. A permanent solution for a temporary situation, and that fucking sucks. So now, instead of someone ending their life at that point and then that happening, they have to sit there and think about it even more and more. So this guy is fucking just running around his head. He's just totally like, what the fuck did I do?
Mm-hmm. Didn't they say that with most of the people that jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge and survived?
Yeah. The last thing that they think of is, fuck. Yeah. This is like a final solution for a temporary situation, and all of a sudden you realize it's not as fucking bad as you think it is.
Right. Every one of them was like, oh, thank God I survived, because I could definitely just clear that shit up, and it's definitely not worth dying over.
Of course it is. You know, I mean, you could fight. If he was sick, you could fight it. If you're having money problems, I mean, come on. Everyone has money problems, you know, But to do something like this where you could have harmed many other people.
That was also probably in his head.
Sure.
It had to have been in his head.
Sure. You know, I mean, there was that pilot who took down his whole plane because he wanted to commit suicide. You know, he took all his passengers with him, crashed, in Italy, I believe. But so this guy crashed on an island outside, right? Outside of Seattle,
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sorry. I just want to play this one last thing, and this is the one thing that really at first I'm like, fuck. If he really could have landed this, he probably would never have been able to fly a plane, but something good would have come out of it. Okay. I think, something out of the silver lining of this situation.
Hey, you think if I land this successfully, Alaska will give me a job as a pilot?
I think they would give you a job doing anything if you could pull this off.
Yeah, right. Nah, I'm a white guy,
And like right there, it's like the logic just goes away.
Nah, I'm a white guy?
Yeah.
He's trying to get a job with Tuskegee Airmen. I see what's going on here.
I see. Well, it could be the cabin pressure. And yeah, he's like, I'll never be a Tuskegee Airman. Look at my hands. Jeez. Where are they?
Anyone else look for my hands yet?
And that's why he crashed. Cause he's a...
Yeah, but by the end, he just you could just tell there was a point of no return for this dude.
Yeah, he's just disconnected from reality at some point.
Right.
You're like, you think I can get a sick job out of this maneuver?
You're right. They're just telling him anything to get him on the ground. Hopefully.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hopefully he lives. I mean, these guys are trained. These pilots know that this guy's probably fucking doomed anyway from the get-go. Mm-hmm. And it'd be a miracle if he survived.
Yeah, he got a little testy, too. At one point, he thought he was joking, but when you say stuff like this...
Damn it, Andrew! People's lives are at stake here!
Now, Rich, don't say stuff like that.
Nah, I didn't tell you. I don't want to hear no one. I just want you to whisper sweet nothings into my ear.
Yeah.
Wait. That was him talking to the pilot?
That was him saying, damn it, Andrew! People's lives are at stake here! Jeez. Yeah, he was referencing the air traffic controller by name.
Wow. Okay.
So, they got another pilot on. Pilot was talking to him. He was calm. And, he was just saying really weird stuff. Really weird stuff.
Yeah, it's tragic, I mean, you got like this guy out in Utah recently. It was a couple months back. His name is Dwayne Red Ude. He was recently arrested for assaulting his wife, and he had been drinking, and witnesses had seen him drinking, and he's just a real piece of work. He was a wife batterer. I mean, he was brought up on charges before. So I think he had in his head that this was it, and he got into a plane and he tried to crash it into his home with his wife and child inside.
Oh wow,
that's crazy.
So this guy's full fucking intent was to just take everyone out with him.
Right.
Just one final beating because he's a horrific fucking monster.
Yeah, geez, that's a hell of a step up from beating your family, which I thought was pretty much the top of it.
Yeah. I mean, the
Wow.
top worst,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, Yude was a pilot. He was employed by a company called Vancon Holdings, and he was he worked for a couple other places in the past, and he had full-time access to a Cessna, a smaller one, like a 525 Citation, the story says. So he had access to that, and basically got into an argument with her on the phone. Told her they had something waiting for her, and he got in the plane. He just crashed. He crashed into the shed, and it was close enough to the house where the family inside could see the thing blow up, and people on the street got video of it. They saw it blow up.
Jeez.
This guy... I just can't believe that somebody would go to that extreme and try to eradicate your whole family, with the skill that you have.
Right.
That you have you're supposed to have the ultimate trust in this one person.
Yep.
And then they go ahead and, try to kill their whole family. And then something like that makes me think about, pilots in general sometimes.
So, what was the fallout from it? The guy died, I'm assuming?
The guy died. The family lived.
Oh, okay, good.
The wife didn't understand this. She'll never know why, he did this. It wasn't like...
well, he had a history of being...
He had a history of that, but he didn't, it didn't make sense why he would try to kill the kid, too. It was primarily abuse on her.
Right.
So...
Well, I don't know.
But... to be that horrific and selfish and evil, and betray, an oath. I don't know if it's unsung or something that pilots have, some code that you're supposed to trust a pilot,
right?
And it's awful.
Jeez,
what a waste of talent. What a waste of life and in general.
Yeah, holy cow.
Yeah.
You said that was in Utah?
That was in Utah. That was in August of this year. So,
okay.
Yeah, fairly recent. So just can't understand
Can't make this shit up either.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So, speaking of Utah, I don't know if you saw in the news, actually, earlier this week, there was a couple of kids actually out in Utah again, stole another airplane.
Is this a trend? Is this a hashtag, like stole airplane?
Ooh.
Stolen airplane, fertility doctor, sperm mix-ups. What the fuck is going on?
Actually, hashtag stolen airplane would probably cause a lot of problems.
Probably.
Yeah. So, hashtag, I don't know, GTA flight.
Hashtag OPP.
You up with OPP.
You go up in the air with it.
Nice. So, it was on Thanksgiving, actually. A 14-year-old and a 15-year-old kid, I believe, went and stole a plane that they saw out on an airfield. I think they were trying to run away from home, but they kind of changed their mind like 15 miles out and just kind of landed it and immediately got arrested. So.
Oh, they did land it.
Oh, yeah, they landed that fine.
Oh, wow.
How old were they?
14 and 15. Nobody really knows how they came to be good pilots, but...
Shit.
Hey, man, some people just have that natural... inclination or a natural ability.
Yeah.
I mean, as freakish as that may be, they'd be like, I know how to
Sure.
pitch and yaw like a motherfucker, but,
It's the Ricky Bobby airplanes up there.
And then there's the sign language monkeys from Project X that could fly airplanes too.
I'll do the pitch, you do the yaw. Yeehaw!
Got a little shake and bake up there.
Oh, shit.
So, wow, running away from home in style, though.
Definitely, yeah.
They were literally flying away. Like in dreams, that's supposedly a sign that you want to escape an aspect of your life if you're like flying.
I think
or dreaming birds.
I think it's pretty clear they were trying to escape something.
Oh,
Yeah.
hells yeah.
If it's that fucking bad where you gotta fly from your family, like you steal a plane and go. I saw that movie Radio Flyer when I was young. Mm-hmm. Built that fucking airplane because the dad was just beating the crap out of the kid all the time. He probably died, really. That was a metaphor, but... spoilers. But yeah, I could see that wanting to just get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Any means.
So, Mr. Richard Russell, Mr. Thomas Fitzpatrick, was it Fitzgerald?
Fitzgerald, or Fitz, as his friends call them.
In this case, is seriously the weird and weary. The weird where someone can go and grab a plane, land down in Washington Heights, and get slapped with $100 fine. Mm-hmm. And you have someone who's a groundskeeper, a grounds crew guy, who can take a passenger plane, do some maneuvers, burn too much fuel, and wind up flying from SeaTac, Seattle-Tacoma, into southern Puget Sound, where he crashed at Ketron Island. That's in South Puget Sound. So he died at the age of 29. Many unanswered questions, obviously. But, first and foremost is, how did he get the ability to fly this passenger plane and do what he did?
Because he played some video games.
Because of video games.
And Dwayne Red Yude is a properly trained pilot, and he's, all in pieces now, may rest in whatever eternal darkness he may find.
Rest in darkness eternal. That way the initials spell out ride.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Alright, dude. Goth metal band, you and I, started up.
Nice. I'm on it. I can play no instruments.
I got lace, though, from that fabric store. There was on sale. So
No
I got
problem.
a whole bunch. We can make some costumes.
No, you be lace, I'll be leather. We'll be like good and evil.
And the chaps. We got the chaps.
We've already got the assless chaps.
Nice. I gotta listen to some King Diamond, get the get that. No.
Never do that again.
We'll see. But yeah. So for everyone, be good to yourselves, be good to everyone. We're the weird and the weary.
And let me just add, if you feel that you need some mental help or you need some assistance, you need to talk to someone, please do talk to someone, because we really don't need to have any more Richard Russells out there. It's sad enough that we have what we have, but seriously, if you feel that you need help or you feel someone else needs help, try to talk it out.
Call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. And there's an online chat available on their website, suicidepreventionlifeline.org. 1-800-273-8255. Or email us, info@weirdandweary. We'll talk to you too. Catch us on Twitter, Weird and Weary. Instagram, Weird and the Weary, sorry. And check us out at our webpage, www.weirdandweary.com. Really, be good to yourselves and be good to everyone. We love you all.
Have a good night, good day, good life.
If anyone has an airplane, please lock it up.
Yeah, don't leave those keys under
Stop
the
leaving
fucking
the keys
wheels.
in there.
What the hell, man? This isn't the movies, guys.
Immobilizer.
Put a Viper armed alarm system there. Remember those?
JKL Media.
Jekyll.